Hello everyone. This is it. This is the finale of Phoenix Wright Justice for All. We have the killer on stand and we are picking away at his testimony. I think we are very close to proving that Adrian Andrews is innocent. And not only that, for the long-awaited surprise evidence to get here. Oh, Godspeed, Gumshoe. For now, I guess, yeah, this is the end. I don't care how long this video will end up being. We're ending this. Here. Now. I don't care if I'll regret it later. This is the end. This is the finale episode of this game in the trilogy. Of course, we still have one more game to go after this, but you know what I mean. Let's just go. Let's get this train on the road.
Yes, now that I remember, I took that request by mail. There have been times when I took a job without having met my client. The request was for the murder of Juan Corda and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. So you took this job through a letter.
Didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony, which means he is definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know. I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me. No matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it.
Now then, let's begin the cross-examination.
With pleasure, Judge.
Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail.
But didn't you just say that you always meet your clients?
Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there are some clients for whom a meeting is simply not possible.
But didn't you meet your client this time?
No, I did not.
Oh, come now. Let's stop with this game of cat and mouse.
Using your silkiest voice is not going to work on me.
Alright then, just cough it up and confess.
Mr. Wright,
can't badger a witness with such harsh words.
You're a lawyer, so behave like one and present evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. Now then, do you have any proof that Mr. D. Killer met with his client?
Oh. I don't have proof, no, because, I mean, it didn't happen, so how could I have proof? Yeah, no. Definitely not. I don't have proof. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I don't have any proof.
I see. Then your line of questioning was just another waste of time.
Sadly for us, Your Honor, that is the nature of right and wrong.
There have been times when I took a job without having met my client.
And why could you not meet certain clients?
Recently, I have been receiving more requests. If I met each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities.
Nice business opportunities?
On top of which, the times have changed. It is now the age of information and computers, correct? Well, I have joined the times and now take requests via electronic mail.
Electronic mail? Do you have to mail that in a special insulated envelope? Oh, please, Judge. Please.
I'm very sorry. I despise the shortening of words. What I meant by electronic mail is what is commonly referred to as email.
Email? A contest of mimicry, the judge would beat a parrot, hands down. A Anyway, so you took this job without having met your client, and?
The request was for the murder of Juan Corda and 2 or 3 other small things.
Okay, getting the bear figurine was one thing, but what could the other 2 or 3 things be? 2 or 3 other things?
Yes.
And what were these other things?
A few other things that have nothing to do with this case.
What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? It'd be really bad if I pushed his buttons the wrong way and he got mad. Maybe we can let it go for now. If I run into dead ends in the remaining line of questioning, then I can come back to this. Killer sounds like one sharp man. I should try to find a better way to do this without making him suspicious.
Let's continue with the testimony. Witness, if you please. When I saw the name at the end of my letter, I thought my client to be a man.
So you're saying that you never saw your client's face? Not even once?
I did. Once. It was when I went to give my client the figurine.
Yes, I see.
But Miss Andrews was wearing a mask at the time.
A mask? The nickel samurai mask, I'm guessing.
Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about this? Do you have any problems with this piece of testimony?
Well, yeah, there's a problem. How could the killer confirm that it was his client? But can I say there is a contradiction? Can I say that? Can I prove with evidence that Adrian Andrews was not wearing a mask when the trade-off happened? What could I say? Well, yeah, that's definitely Adrian wearing a mask. Well... No objections. I don't think I have anything for this. I think I can pull something out of what he said. Or would it be real bad if I did something that made him mad over something trivial? There are no problems with the testimony, Your Honor. We've pretty much reached the end of our rope here. Huh? Seems like we're still okay to me. That's exactly what's so bad. At the rate we're going, we'll end up completely destroying the killer's lie. If we do that, you already know how serious of a situation that will put us in. Oh yeah. What I can do now is pray that those items reach us in time. Okay. Well, I suppose it would be best to ask about those 2 or 3 other things then. Okay, press further. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide.
Mr. Attorney.
Yes?
Everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client. Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client?
That's...
I smell the stench of a backstabber. And should you turn out to be one...
Wait! Uh-oh. This is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck. Alright, I have to think. Is this worth pursuing? It's all we have. Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your client requested were.
If it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine.
Bear figurine?
After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing.
And where was that figurine?
It was inside Miss...
Oh, you could have said it was anywhere, my dude. You could have said it was anywhere. And then, what did you do next?
I handed it over to my client right away.
You gave it to your client? Interesting.
This information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you just stated in your testimony. As you wish.
Oh. Okay. Let's press this. Let's see where that gets us. I found this figurine at Mr. Onguard's mansion. If you gave it to Miss Andrews, then what was it doing there?
I was waiting for her there. That was also part of the plan to frame Mr. Onguard, I'm sure.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any problems with this piece of testimony? Gosh. So would Adrian want to use that to frame Onguard? Yeah, it would be it would have the suicide note inside it that would dirty Onguard's name. Yeah. I know this is a lie, but it does sound like a very logical and believable lie. I don't think there's any objections here. It's no use. As long as I can't put my finger on the central problem here, pressing this witness anymore would be extremely dangerous.
It appears that Mr. Wright has no problems. Well then, witness, please continue.
Okay. Okay, let's press this and press further now. Okay. Gosh, okay, wait. Can I prove Adrian was wearing a mask at that time? Damn it. I might be stuck here again. Okay. Time for more critical thought. Wait. Wait. If Andrews, apparently Andrews was planning on framing Matt Engarde. If, then she would have just taken the bear when she went in to do it all, right? Why would she ask for the bear to be handed over? Well, I don't know. Damn it. Okay, let's take this one step at a time here. Maybe I just need to actually contradict something on this testimony. Hold on, this is odd phrasing. One of these was to find the bear figurine and to give it to Adrian Andrews. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. Why not say, and to give it to my client? Why are you specifying Adrian Andrews? Can I press this? Found this figurine of Mr. Engarde's mansion. If you gave it to Miss Andrews, then what was it doing there? I was waiting for her there. It was also part of the plan to frame Mr. Engarde, I'm sure. Okay, and yeah, that's not the killer saying, yes, I understood that was the plan at the time. This is him putting two and two together to say, oh, that must be what that was. Yeah, hold on. Wouldn't that raise alarm bells for the killer? You would know to wait to put the bear there. Yeah, the killer would fully know that putting the bear there in the mansion would totally implicate his real client, Matt Engarde. And he wouldn't want that. Because framing someone is not part of his deed. All he wanted to do was just to do Adrian Andrews' wishes and kill a person, but framing someone else is a big no-no. He would certainly know that putting the bear in a quote-unquote unrelated person's mansion would frame him. Yeah, there's something weird there. So the killer says he gave the figurine to Miss Andrews. But I know somewhere in that statement there is a contradiction. And yet, I know that if I present something trivial here, he will cut the connection on his end. If you want to make a strong point, Phoenix, you have to present strong evidence. She's right. So now what, Dr. Wright? Okay. So that line of dialogue there is saying that the actual thing you're contradicting here is the handoff itself. Damn it, I can't prove the handoff. Aha. I can't prove or disprove the handoff, damn it. I don't know what to do! So the killer says he gave the figurine to Miss Andrews. But I know somewhere in that statement there is a contradiction. And yet, I know that if I present something trivial here, he will cut the connection on his end. If you want to make a strong point, Phoenix, you have to present strong evidence. She's right, so now what, Dr. Wright?
I think I have an idea.
Witness, let's go over this one more time. You gave Miss Andrews the bear figurine, and she told you to take the bear and wait for her at On Guard Mansion. Is that correct?
Yes. Where are you going with this?
Well, I think maybe you might have remembered a few things incorrectly. What? This is a battle of wits. I can't let up on him. I don't think it is possible for Miss Andrews to have been the recipient of this bear. Because all Miss Andrews wanted the bear for, in reality, was to take the suicide note out of it and burn it. So she wouldn't need the suicide note to frame Matt on guard. All she needed to do that was with the bear. She could just put the bear in the mansion, and that would be that. The note would eventually be found, and she wouldn't want it out in public. She'd want to burn it. But the fact remains that the note really was inside the bear. Right? Yeah. And Adrian, as we established, is the only living person who knows how to open the bear. Oh god, this might be a Hail Mary, but okay. If it's not this, I might be screwed. Shelley D. Killer. If you had really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it. Oh, I got it!
This item?
I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I'm going.
Where is everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase?
Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. I was going to burn it, for her sake. If even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out and burned it.
Order, order, order! So that's where you two were going.
So, by the very fact that the suicide note was still inside the bear, it tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle.
Which means?
It means, Your Honor, that it is impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client.
Oh! Order, order, order! Oh, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of the agreement.
No, that's not...
That's enough! If that is your intention, then there is only one thing for me to do.
Wait, please!
Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to.
Hold it!
No, please. Not that. Please, wait.
Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end, and I may stay my hand. Otherwise...
What in the... Mr. Wright, are you...
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor? I didn't understand this witness's outburst just now.
Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough?
Well, we should. Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up, Maya, she'll... The prosecution,
What has come over, everyone? Even you are...
The prosecution rests.
What is going on around here? The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor.
What?
Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is a most unusual situation. If the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that is the case, then even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. DeKiller's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shelley DeKiller's client is Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
If I end the trial here, right now, then your client, Matt Ongard, would be declared innocent. And in his place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder.
Miss Andrews would be charged with murder.
The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Matt Ongard, to the stand.
The items from DeKiller's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out. Can't believe it. The outcome now lies in your hands.
Dude, did the old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But, at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent.
So, I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out.
Mr. Ongard?
What an atrocious lawyer I have, giving his own client up like this. And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap, it's just as atrocious, don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer? Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life? You'd better get Ongard a guilty sentence, okay? But if I did that, Maya will die. But if I say he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged as a murderer. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. It all hinges on what I choose.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews, then your client, Mr. Matt Ongard, is innocent.
There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is going to say what I want, aren't you? Right? I can't do this, but I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client, Matt Onguard, is... Maybe this is a choice that doesn't matter? Hopefully it's a choice that doesn't matter and Gumshoe will burst through the doors. No matter what I answer, an innocent woman will die. But if I answer guilty, if I say that Matt Onguard is guilty, then he will go to prison. He'll be convicted. Fuck it, let's take him down with us.
We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt Onguard, your client deserves an answer.
Maya, I'm sorry. Matt Onguard is...
Objection!
That's not Gumshoe, but I'll take it! Franziska von Karma?
What are you doing here?
Ow! You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off that scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces, do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Oh, bless your heart. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine and his injuries are minor. All of the items are inside this.
What a filthy old coat this is.
That's Gumshoe's. You can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for his ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial. All for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence.
Your final evidence?
Oh boy.
This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial.
What?
Objection!
Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence, down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence.
I suppose you are right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted into this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please.
These pieces of evidence are items left by D. Killer during his escape from the police.
He must have been in quite a rush.
Yes, Your Honor. The killer has left 3 pieces of evidence.
3. Okay, that's okay.
Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there'll be something that will turn this whole situation around. Like a miracle. I'm sure of it. That is all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Well, I guess it makes sense for an assassin to have a pistol. Oh, that's probably the pistol that shot Von Karma in the shoulder. Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? I mean, why not, right? Does that pistol have any relation to this case? We have yet to perform a ballistics test, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case. At least, with me. Huh? That's the pistol that he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it will be an excellent sample for the test. So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Franziska. It's probably not going to help us very much. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't think that has anything to do with this case. It's irrelevant. The second... That's it! We won! We won! It's over, we won! Alright, okay. Let's just see how this plays out then. The second piece of evidence is this videotape. I bet the killer took that from On Guard Mansion. Hell yeah! Have you checked the contents of that tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh yeah. But I would speculate that this tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because he came back to his hideout for it. What? The killer went back for it? That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Shelley the killer is no ordinary man. So what happened to the killer? Was he apprehended? The last piece of evidence is this bellboy's uniform. Okay, well, that explains how he got by unnoticed at the hotel, but it has nothing to do with any of his clients. Is that a uniform from the Gatewater Hotel? I mean, we might as well question it. Was that used during the crime? I am almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder. There is one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what is that? There is a button missing on this uniform. Gee. Gatewater Hotel? A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. Okay. One of its special buttons is missing. Interesting. That is all I have to present, Your Honor.
It's just as I thought.
And what is that, Your Honor?
I'm sure, were we under normal circumstances, these items from Shelley the killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing.
It is, who is the client?
Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. You may step down now.
Hold it!
Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence.
Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict.
Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? Phoenix. I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist, says the walking ghost. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. But, no matter how you think about it, it's... Try, for my sake, just think about it for a second. There are two ways out of the situation for us. Two? The first... Make On Guard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. What? Oh, yeah, the videotape. If we do indeed prove that On Guard violated the trust between himself and the killer, then the killer would be very angry at Matt On Guard. And people who make the killer angry don't live very long. So if Matt wished for a guilty verdict, it would be for protection in prison. Huh? The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If On Guard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. The second way... Force the killer to end his contract with On Guard. If the killer were to no longer think of On Guard as his client, then he would let Maya go. Mia, that's even more impossible. He is a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but if you could make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked from us? The other side? Wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The client. Not the client, the defendant. Right? The person who needs the evidence. The defense, prosecution, and the judge. We have seen all the pieces of evidence. Oh, the killer hasn't, though. Wait, what am I saying? He guarded them. Oh no, he hasn't seen the tape. What am I saying? And that is how we have come to know the truth. But there is one person who has yet to see them all. And that person does not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring about the miracle in the end.
There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict.
Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids?
Objection!
I have already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence.
I am not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor.
Then, you want to show the evidence to that person?
Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance.
One chance. Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person.
Objection!
That's impossible. To turn the situation around in one try. One try. That is all I will permit. Have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think! There must be a way to save Maya while taking down On Guard down at the same time. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show evidence to? Shelley the Killer.
Take that!
I see. And now, tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. Okay, bippity boppity, here comes evidence. Contents unknown.
Take that!
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there's some merit in showing this evidence to that witness. Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier. Alright, looks like I managed to convince him. Maya, she's okay, right?
Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence.
Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back.
That was most regretful. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape.
Thought so.
I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard.
Do you know the contents of this tape?
I was sternly told by my client to not watch it. So I have absolutely no idea.
Actually, you are on this tape.
Me?
There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded.
What?
Is that true, Mr. Wright?
Who was it that planted a camera?
Well, the only person who could have placed the camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally.
That was Adrian Andrews?
Be quiet and listen, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Your client specified a place and time for you. Isn't that right?
Yes?
That was so they could film you.
I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why.
Why did Matt Ongard film the crime scene? The reason why he did that is my ticket out of this whole mess. There is only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. Wanted to blackmail you! Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay, and even blackmail him if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shelley D. Killer?
It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning.
Yes, by a natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness.
Yes?
You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all.
Yes, that's right.
But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then?
That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then that client would become my next target. For the honor of the D-Killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment.
Well now. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around.
Mr. Wright,
Yes?
my contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item.
What the? I'm not an item! Beep. Maya giving him trouble to the end. Maya, I never thought I'd see you again. Oh, thank goodness.
This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I am sort of. I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the witness and...
Miss Von Carmel, where did that? She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. Oh, what a delightful, delightful look. Mr. On Guard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You'll finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watch this video. Help me. Now then, Your Honor. The verdict, if you please.
Is this alright with you, Mr. Wright?
We finally reached the end of the very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there is no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. Plead guilty. Because if we plead not guilty, then Andrews would take the fall. Yeah. Matt On Guard is guilty. Matt On Guard. Even though I am a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self? Guilty? Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life would be in danger. No matter which way you look at it. You can't run away from your crime anymore. No! Oh, whoa. Well, that was horrifying. I'm sure he'll be fine.
As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth.
We? I don't remember you helping out much in this.
Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt on guard?
I have left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full-course meal of whip leather right about now.
Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness?
Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I am really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone.
It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about. But everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Oh. Unfortunately, Gumshoe wasn't here to throw the confetti for us. Oh well. You are great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all of that to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moment before Miss Von Karma arrived at the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make. That's right. I wanted to say that Adrian was guilty. No, I wanted to say that Matt was guilty, just to take him down and doom Maya.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter.
I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life? My client, Matt Onguard, is he guilty? Or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then. And your answer? Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right. Edgeworth? I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody. Oh, thank God. Really? Oh, there goes Mia. Bye. Pearls, you're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. She is quite safe. She is on her way here as we speak in a patrol car. Ah! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya is safe! Yay! You did it! You really did it, Mr. Nick! Ow. She punches deceptively hard for a kid. Oh, has Pearl's been punching people every time she raises up her sleeve? Is that what that's supposed to be? Huh. I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Wow! Thanks. Oh! What's wrong? Miss Von Karma. About earlier, thanks. Ow! Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost. Your perfect win record has now been crushed. And yet, you are still happy? I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you? Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth? For my own personal victories, and for guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. Humph, as well you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die. But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. But what foolish nonsense! We prosecutors use everything we can to attack the defendant. But every time we did so,
Objection!
no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy? It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is to fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have. Erasing the paradoxes one by one, it's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you. The truth. Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, Wright? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night. Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool! But, Miss Von Karma? I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. Wow, did she consider Edgeworth to be a big brother? And neither am I. It's over. It's all over. Franziska threw something on the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver. Yeah, where is Gumshoe? Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else. Ah! Isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip? I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. Huh. You should keep this right. Okay, I think I see where this is going, okay. Von Karma's going off to take a year-long sojourn to do some internal spiritual learning about herself, just as Edgeworth did, and will make a triumphant appearance for the final case in the third game, right? So maybe Edgeworth will be back in business as the prosecutor for the third game. Who knows? You should keep this right. Okay. Nick! Maya! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Happiest reunion. Happiest reunion. Happiest. Oh, Nick! I knew you would come through. You got on guard convicted, like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me. Well, of course I did. You know I'd never desert you. But we sure pressed our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Oh god, she could. Is it really that easy to do something like that? Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it. Maya. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm relieved you're alright. Hey, looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. Alright! I think it's time we got out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick! Food! Grub, chow, I'm starved! I'm so hungry even you look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please. Please, I need it. If you insist. Yes! Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. Oh, the Gatewater Hotel. So I've decided that we have to make it up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick. Food! Yeah! Oh, Jesus. Gumshoe without his coat. Oh, Lord, it's horrifying. Ah! Hey, pal. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. You look so naked. Gumshoe, are you alright? Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed.
I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things.
A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him? You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me, and I ain't joking.
Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of The Steel Samurai.
Thanks. Now look here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Wright too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it. Tonight even. I'll keep that in mind. Well, come on now. Everyone gather around. Y'all are gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Looks like Lotta bought herself a new camera.
Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's go chow down, pal.
Amen to that, pal. Amen.
You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, Detective.
Huh? Me? You really think so? He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending.
Oh, well, you know, it's wait. That's odd. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir.
What? What? 4? Did Franziska hide something?
Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket.
There's a 4th item? Come on, y'all, it's over. But who? Boy, I tell ya, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh? You think? Why does she look so happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days? Weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So, to keep my mind off things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had it rough, gal. So, where's this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture. You know, I don't know where it went.
Oh, was that the 4th item?
Aw, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway.
It sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again.
Isn't that the tracking device?
Huh?
What is it, Edgeworth?
This thing is picking something up. Oh, that's Miss Von Karma's receiver. Oh, thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me.
That's odd. Even though you're standing right here,
The tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Unless it's the coat.
well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do. Huh? But, Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet.
You've eaten way too much, you glutton.
I had fun tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait. What? I just want to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You've really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. Just kiss already! I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel. What? What? Oh. Oh, okay, What can I give him? the whip? Okay, I have no idea, but I'm gonna look this up because I want the best ending. I don't want to mess this up. I mean, it's been like an hour and a half since I last saved, so yeah. 1 second. Okay, I looked it up. My hunch was right. It is Franziska's whip. Okay, I get it.
Take that!
What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. Looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Oh, wait, that's Pearl! It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya? Huh? Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean. Pearly! Did you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me.
Anyway. So, who's paying for this lovely dinner party?
As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick. Huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kinda already put your name on the bill.
Huh? Huh? Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel
In this hotel.
and I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It'd be better be anyhow for $3,000. Huh? Huh? Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Huh? What? Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick.
Why do I suddenly feel like screaming?
You don't need to hold back now, you hear?
Yeah, pal, time to let it all out.
This is going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on, it's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all.
Alright then, if you say so.
Objection!
Nice. Oh, it's over.
Oh, that was such a good case. You really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro.
Definitely the best case in this game, definitely.
I'm so happy that you could save Mystic Maya, Mr. Nick, and I'm so happy for the two of you. Speaking of which, I think this hotel is a popular place for honeymooners, so I sort of made reservations for the two of you, just in case.
Pearl, no! You're like 8. Calm down. Yeah, I'd say this case is a close second to the 4th case of the first game. Well, pal, looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edgeworth had a long talk with the chief, and he got me reinstated for my sake. I heard he said things like, letting that one go was bad for all of society. I knew it. Crashing headlong into everything is the only way to live, pal. God bless. Yeah, I think in the end, I like the Manfred von Karma case a lot more. Well, maybe not a lot more. Oh, it's Maggie!
I'm Maggie Bird and retiring this uniform as of today, sir. I'm going to be a waitress from now on. And bring smiles and joy to the people who come by the restaurant, sir. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright.
I completely forget the voice I gave to Maggie, so I hope that was it. Damn. Yeah, this case was great.
Yes. Are you here to visit a patient? I'm Dr. Hattie. Oh,
Director Hottie.
recently, yes, that girl, you know. I haven't seen her around. Yes. But I remember, if I even laid so much as an eye on her, I would go, crack. It didn't matter if I got whipped, though. Yes, oh ho ho.
Perv. It's time to begin our quest of world circus domination, sweetie. And to let the world know we are serious, I plan to make a fabulous flight to Zimbabwe. Hey, Max, what do you think Zimbabwe's like? Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk? I think if there are any talking bunnies, even they won't laugh at Moe's jokes. I thought Moe's funny. I'm ready. I'm ready. There's no way these jokes are gonna fall on deaf ears. I'm going to be more contemporary with my humor. Mo Curls, represent.
We've got a new act all worked out. Prepare for the Hallelujah chorus. Say something, will ya? You're supposed to start this off. Get on with it.
I remember Trillo's voice, though. I think that's my most fun. That voice is the most fun to do, just because of how wild it is. What's this? Drat, it's just an ordinary electric razor charging on a stand. I can't believe this, really. How long do they plan on making me do this? But it's Edgy Pooh's idea, so that means it must have the deep hidden meaning. But I do get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they? It was never like this in the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. They used to call me Queen Wendy and treat me like worldly, and men who heard about this is going to feel the pain on my heel. Yes, they're going to feel the burn. And speaking of burnt, playing with fires, red tears because of that. There we are. Let's start seeing rain burned right down and... God damn it, they did forget about Old Beck. Edgeworth told her to scan everything in the hotel and she's still doing it. That's great. I appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me from the bottom of my heart. Oh, that's right. I received a letter from Miss Von Karma. She said that after I get out, I should feel free to consult her about anything at all. I'm really thankful to have met everyone. I'm glad everything turned out well for Adrian.
It has become difficult for me to in this country of late. As such, I will take a short leave of absence. If you would like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage. May we both be blessed with longevity. This device will explode in 3, 2, 1.
Wait, so it's a homepage? Really? How's that work? March 23rd, 9:42 p.m. International Departures Gate. Oh no! Edgeworth, don't leave. Where are you going, Franziska? How did you know I was here? With this. Oh, that's why Edgeworth excused himself. He saw where Von Karma was. Okay. I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. Humph, that's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy, drab coat of his, I don't know how it ended up in my luggage, but it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 things? It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in here. It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up. You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter. Franziska. so many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what. And failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that. But me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Right. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. Wow. I see. You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Humph. Today, you chased after me, after I had left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you are going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Franziska von Karma. Whoa! I am Franziska von Karma. Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. You had better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Whoa! Edgeworth got through to her, pulled her out of his father's shadow. Phoenix Wright, one day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you, I'll take good care of this fourth piece, so I can give it to you when at last we meet again. It's the drawing, isn't it? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh! Well done. Oh, I think that final sequence might have been my favorite part of this case. Well, we did it! We beat Justice for All! Oh my god. So, overall, I'd say that, yeah, that case there, I would rank that as my second favorite, right before the Von Karma case, the Manfred Von Karma case. Definitely. So, overall, I quite liked Justice for All. Let's take an actual look at these chapters. episode 1, The Lost Turnabout. Yeah, you have Phoenix and Maggie Bird. Nice. Got Pearls. Wow, she looks so much taller. Usually you only see her from the waist up, but You got Maya praying in the shrine. Got Von Karma and Max. I think that's Max. Yeah. Farewell my turnabout. Oh, wow. Okay. So you have the trade-off of the bear and the killer talking with Matt Onguard. Yeah, well, I'm glad I didn't look at this. I'm definitely glad I didn't see this at the start of this case. I probably would have recognized the bangs on Matt's face. So let's recap. Episode 1, Lost Turnabout. Yeah, that was a pretty fun intro case. Maggie was nice, but I barely remember her, and I only just remember the yellow streak in the hair of that one murderer guy. I don't remember a single thing about this, besides there was like a fall at a park. This case was not memorable for me, I'm sorry. Now, Reunion and Turnabout, that was great. I like this case, big fan. Pearls is a nice character, even if really her only role was just to channel Maya and, not Maya, just to channel Mia. That's really her big role in this story, honestly. Morgan Fay was a great character, how there was an enemy from within the Fay clan, and then you had Eenie Meenie, who was actually her twin sister taking on the guise of Eenie Meenie through facial reconstruction surgery. That was bonkers, man. Great characters all around in this one. I like this case a lot. It was great. Turnabout Big Top. Yeah, I really like this case until that ending with the bullshit cape and all the other bullshit at the end. Just the most improbable happenstances. My god, it was awful. But the characters, I loved Mo, I really liked Trilo. Regina was... Okay, well, Regina was kind of creepy with all those older men pursuing her heart, but that was... Otherwise, this was a good case. But this was multiple leagues above the others. Chef's kiss. It's good. It's good. I'm a fan. I'm a big old fan. So, what is next? Well, besides the obvious here, next, you can expect 3 more videos of Prey. 2 more to finish out the series and end that Let's Play, and 1 more in the day after to, it would be a highlight reel. That would be a highlight reel on that 3rd day. So I hope you enjoy that. Even if you aren't watching the Prey Let's Play, I hope you will check out that highlight reel of my best and worst moments. Some pretty weird glitches in that video, I swear. And then, after Prey is done, it will be time to start up a new game in the secondary slot, Chrono Trigger. We'll be doing a blind Let's Play of Chrono Trigger from this channel's secondary slot. Very exciting, I can't wait. And then, of course, once you're like 3 or 4 episodes into Chrono Trigger, it'll be time to return to the main slot, where, of course, we will take a look at Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. That's good. That subtitle, it's not doing anything for me, like, Trials and Tribulations. I guess that's a descriptor of what this series is about, but it doesn't really grab me. Oh well. What did Justice for All even mean in the context of that game that we just finished? I guess we did bring justice to all the people who deserved it. That's true. Alright, okay, well, I guess that's it then. When next I see you here in Phoenix Wright Trilogy, we'll start up the 3rd game. Wow. I wonder if we'll reach part 100, dude. I mean, what part is this? Part 66? Yeah, well, if each game ends up being an even 33 parts, then that would be pretty wild. We'd end at 99. Maybe if it's looking like it, I can stretch things a little to reach part 100. But regardless, I have prattled on far too long and my throat needs a rest. So, yes, this has been Phoenix Wright Trilogy. I'm Zephyr the Jester. I thank you for watching, and hopefully I will catch you next time. So until then, please take care.